Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, please stop playing this video now. Okay, vlog entry. I just got done watching a pretty good horror movie. It was called Amusement. I just wanted to vlog about it, share my thoughts. If not for the heck of it. Released in 2008. It's called Amusement. I'd never heard of this one, and it's kind of a hidden gem, I would say. It's rated 5.2 on Internet Movie Database out of 7,883 votes. I thought it was pretty good, honestly. It was directed by John Simpson, written by Jake Wade Wall, and let me see if I recognize any of these people. I don't really. Let me list some of them off. Kiera O'Donnell, Catherine Winnick, Laura Breckenridge, Jessica Lucas, Tad Hill. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these. None of these I don't think are very well known, but yeah, this was pretty good. I kind of liked it. I think one of the girls was in the Evil Dead remake. I think it was like, but I could be wrong. But anyway, so basically the synopsis is that, well, this seemed to me at first to be like an anthology of short horror films, but they actually are all connected. I guess the premise is that there's this psycho killer who's tormenting these three girls who are now in their mid-20s or something, and he went to like grade school with them, and they tormented him and made fun of him, so that's probably why he's tormenting them. And there's flashbacks. So like the first segment of this anthology is basically this girl is traveling somewhere with her boyfriend, and it's at night, and the boyfriend likes to drive really fast, and he likes to get followings of cars behind him. I don't know what it's called. They had a term for it in the movie. It's where you drive really fast and pass people, and you get like this sort of this road train, sort of like this of other cars following you behind really close. And he picks up he gets followers. He gets a truck driver and a middle-aged man in a van, or what appears to be a middle-aged man, and he stops for gas, and the other two stop for gas too, and he decides to chat it up with them. And the trucker guy's like, "Oh, I know a shortcut, so we don't have to go through all the traffic." And he's like, "You two follow me." And so the kid and the middle-aged guy say, "Okay, we'll follow you." And they follow him into this like old back alley road, and it's you kind of see where this is going. And the girlfriend who's riding with the young kid sees a girl in in the back of his truck, and while they're driving, the girl like throws out a sign that says "Help me," and then she jumps out of the back of the truck and hits their car. And the kid and his girlfriend stop in their car, and the middle-aged man stops, and the truck speeds off, and the middle-aged man's like, "Go get his license plate number now. I'll take care of this. I'll look over after the girls." And so the girl, his girlfriend, gets out of his car and tends to the injured girl, and he drives off to get the license plate number, and the truck doubles back, and so he turns back around to where he just came from, and he's driving back, and he sees the middle-aged man laying on the ground where the accident happened, and nobody else is there, and he comes to the middle-aged man, and this is the point where I was like, oh, okay, that's the premise for the first segment. And the second segment is of this. I don't want to spoil too much, but I might have already. The second segment of this anthology series is this young girl, probably in her mid-20s, is coming over to babysit her two nephews. And when she comes over there, the babysitter's already gone. And she's like, that's weird. And she goes upstairs, and she sees this room full of toys, clown toys, and she sees this huge clown toy who's life-size, sitting in a chair and rocking. Well, it's not rocking, but you know what I'm saying. And you can already see where this is going. The big creepy clown toy that is it really a toy? I mean, it kind of goes there, and it kind of goes down that road. And that's the second segment. And the third segment is this other girl who's also the same age, around the same age, is at this party, and one of her friends goes home with this other guy, and she finds out, I think, that this guy lives in this hotel. So she finds out the name of the hotel because her friend never came home, and she's like, "Huh, well, that's weird. Well, the last person to see my friend was this guy, and he supposedly he's staying at this hotel." So she goes to check out the hotel, and she goes with her boyfriend, and she's like, she goes up to the door and knocks, and like a guy answers, and he's like, "Sorry, hotel's full," and like slams the door and won't let her in. So she's like, she gets her boyfriend, who's a health inspector, so he has some authority. She gets him to like come in, barge into there, because he has some authority to inspect the health of the building to see if he can find out what happened to the girl, her friend, and he never comes back out. And so she tries to get in there, and again it's going down that road of, of horror movie territory where she doesn't even call the cops, she just goes in after to try to find her boyfriend and tries to go in alone. So no, and all these anthology horror movies are actually all connected. Like they're all connected. We find out in the end, and I thought this was a pretty good horror movie. It's pretty good. There was a fair amount of gore. I don't remember any nudity. It's not super gory, but be prepared. This is definitely not kids stuff here. I think it's obviously rated R. I actually really like this movie. I thought it was pretty good. It's not a great horror movie, but it's pretty good. What would I give out of 10? I'd probably give this. Again, I should probably refer back to my other ratings to give it a relative rating to the other ones, even though I try to tend not to do that because it's going to be too hard to keep track of all the other ratings and put them in the correct order. But I'm thinking about a 7. That may be maybe too. I'm thinking that may be too generous. But yeah, I think a 7's. What did I give for the other? What did I give to the other one? Yeah, I think 6.9 to 7 would be pretty good for this one. I was actually pleasantly surprised. So yeah, 6.9. I'll go with 6.9 out of 7. I don't want to be too generous with this one because it is rather short and it doesn't do anything really great. The villain's not that memorable, but it is a pretty. I didn't waste my time. This is not direct to DVD bullshit. This is a decent movie. I would not have felt gypped if paid to see this movie in theaters. But yeah, so 6.9. I'll go 6.9 out of 10. I'm gonna get into spoilers now. So all these stories are connected because the person committing all these, stalking these girls, committing these murders, is actually a person they knew back in grade school, and they made fun of him, but he was already fucked up to begin with. There's a flashback which shows the three girls with their like little, I think they're like little art boxes, like a shoe box, and you put stuff like a scene in it, and you can look in through a hole and see the scene. Like the girls had like playland and stuff like that, and this kid had like a dissected mouse in his or a squirrel in his box, and they're like, ew, that's gross, and they made fun of him for it. And I don't know, that's maybe justified. I don't know, because that's pretty gross. And so the first one, in the first anthology story, it turns out that the middle-aged man who was driving with along alongside the trucker and that kid with his girlfriend, he's actually the psycho. Like he abducts like his girlfriend. I'm not gonna backtrack, but yeah, he was actually a psycho in that first anthology horror movie, and in the second one, he was actually in that clown suit, and he begins terrorizing that babysitter, and she's actually the main character, the babysitter, and she's the one who survives till the end. I'm not going to spoil everything, plus I'm not a narrator, I can't narrate everything for you, but you'll see if you watch the movie, and you should, so I probably don't need to even say anything more. And then in the third one, I believe the psycho kid owned the hotel which everybody was going into and nobody's coming out. So yeah, I actually really like this. I think this is a hidden gem. Again, it's called Amusement, and it was released in 2008, so I would check it out. It's a pretty good horror movie. So 6.9 out of 10. I'm sort of leaning towards 7, actually. This was pretty worthwhile considering all the shit horror movies out there. But anyway, okay, thanks, bye.